I told everybody to be here at 9 so we could do our business meeting right away. But since we can't do that, I'm going to start with some of the things that we can do. So we have 8 nominations listed. Today we'll vote on Daniel Traynor to be Circuit Judge, U.S. Court of Appeals, 8th Circuit. We're also voting on 4 district court nominees: Angelo Camaro, Southern District of Texas; Casdine Mitchell, Northern District, Texas; Michael Martin, Eastern District, Michigan; and Antonio Pozzo, Eastern District of Pennsylvania. The remaining nominations are listed for the first time, so we'll hold them over to future consideration, and I'll call on Senator Durbin for his opening comments.
Thanks, Chairman Grassley. Yesterday's hearing I can't easily forget in this room, because I asked a question, Mr. Todd Blanche, about the opportunity he had to meet with the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. I asked him the same question the night before in my office, and he said, "Oh, I'll meet with anybody to talk about this." So I thought it was an easy question. Will you meet with those who are here today? There were 10 or 12 survivors of Jeffrey Epstein. And he said no. He wouldn't meet with them. And I asked why. I couldn't understand whether he thought they had a lawyer or needed a lawyer, but he wouldn't meet with them. It's incredible. After the hearing, I met with them. I'll never forget that meeting. You can imagine, and some of them are here today, and one will testify a little later before this panel. Try to imagine, if you will, one of these young women saying to me, "Jeffrey Epstein abused me when I was 13 years old." 13 years old. Visualize in your own family a daughter, a granddaughter, 13 years of age, who is a victim of this sexual predator. Should she at least have a moment with the Attorney General to tell her story? Is that too much to ask? Apparently it was. This is what I'll tell you. I don't believe a single member of the United States Senate would vote for this nominee after meeting with these survivors. To think that he turned down the opportunity to even meet with them. He went on to say, well, President Trump signed this law which required us to disclose the Epstein file. The law was necessary because he wouldn't voluntarily disclose them. Yes, President Trump signed the law after it was discharged in the House of Representatives because we had one new person who won a special election. It was an amazing political miracle that law ever passed, but it had to pass so the American people would even have a chance of looking at these files. And now, these women and many more are willing to come forward and say, don't stop with prosecuting 2 people, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. There are more people you should consider. And yet, the man who would be Attorney General of the United States said he wouldn't meet with them, wouldn't listen to him. That isn't right. That is just plain wrong as far as I'm concerned. And secondly, let me tell you what. I guess I was born in a different era from this president and people around him. But I kind of understood going into public life that if you wanted to get rich, this was the wrong job. You're supposed to take this job to serve the public, make enough money to get by, but not get rich. How did the president do in the first year of his second term? $1.4 billion added to his income from the cryptocurrency group. Why is that even relevant to this conversation? Because the president opposed the cryptocurrency idea for years, switched his position, and then Mr. Flowers, or Mr. Blanch, changed the regulation, the federal regulation of cryptocurrency. The time he changed the regulation of cryptocurrency in the Department of Justice, he had personally over $160,000 in cryptocurrency assets. He had to disclose that, and he had to send that to some other source. He sent it to his children. To lessen the regulation of an industry, which generates a $1.4 billion windfall for the President of the United States and money for the person who was acting Attorney General, is just plain wrong. Just plain wrong. And all the excuses in the world don't make a difference. And I'll tell you, that one document that he signed, imagine, if you will, if you've ever heard of this, the president, his family, and his businesses, because of the document signed by Todd Blanche, because of that, have no liability for any tax crimes they ever committed before the date of that document. No liability, no criminal liability. Every single one of us in this room has to obey the law. That's the basics in a democracy like ours. And when it comes to tax crimes, the same applies.